drive. Uses the left hand. Cyrus Baguio flying to the hoop.
When you are in penalty.
That's a strong one-hander and it's
in. For this team to really win consistently in this league, they have to be supported by the rest of the gang. Medyo underman sila, but the rest of the gang, they have to step up.
You saw the numbers of Alvin Stevenson, who top scored for the US Bingo Bonanza team. Also, you're talking about the younger brother who's also scored 22 points. Let me correct myself. 20 points, the Alvin Stevenson. This guy had 22 points across his name.
Yes, 22 points, and most of the damage Brandon Payton really made during the first 2 quarters, but he lost steam and regained back some of it during the 4th quarter.
And that's what you were talking about. A lot of players were not.
Gary DeGracia. At center, number 21, Terrence Super. Shooting forward, number 3, Alvin Stevenson. And at power forward, number 6, Will Levy. Head coach Bobby Ante. And now.
And Happy Toothpaste, comebacking Happy Toothpaste. We say comebacking. Well, as a corporation, alam naman natin na parang sister company yan ng DAS, all under the Lamoyan Corporation, of course. And then the US Bingo Bonanza team, their second game here in the PBL Goodwill Series, and this is the Happy Toothpaste team, minus, of course, Big John Ferrioso has moved over to the PBA. Wala si Alan Salansang ngayon. I see Eugene Tan in street clothes. So, you did say na medyo manipis yung lineup nitong US Bingo Bonanza team. At least medyo masaya sila dahil mukhang ganun din ang Happy Toothpaste.
Well, in terms of number of personnel, itong Happy will just be suiting up 8 players, while USA Bonanza, Bingo Bonanza will be suiting up the regular 9.
First shot of the ball game, courtesy of DeGracia. A three-pointer right away. So Gary DeGracia, number 13 of the US Bingo Bonanza team. Play broken up. Oh, what a follow-up. 2 points for Gary DeGracia.
This is the exact same way they started last Saturday. US Bingo Bonanza team starting really very strong. But they lost steam, especially when their main men got into foul trouble and their coach Alan Trinidad had to substitute.
Gelling from the outside, long from the three-point area, and the U.S. team running again, and the first 7 points of the ball game is courtesy of Gary DeGracia in the first 2 minutes of this ball game.
I think this 2-3 zone of the Americans has unsettled this that Happy Toothpaste quintet. Mapapadas na sana, partner.
Francis Mercado going strong, kicks it out to Ryan D. Ryan D thought about it and loses the ball, and another turnover for the Red Shirts.
Hindi nila makita yung ring that time. Alan D caught in the corner there, right in front of that 2-3 back line of US Bingo Bonanza. Really a very big front line here for the Americans.
That's right. Payton will be the point guard for this team. Stevenson back to Payton. Payton squares up for the three. Wala. Ryan D picks up the loose ball. Wala pang puntos dito ang Red Shirts and Happy Toothpaste. Gelling goes strong to the rack and a looping layup. A teardrop shot by Nino Gelling.
Yes, adjusting in mid-air, seeing the 6'10" Terrence Super right in his face there.
Now this is where they're going to have problems, talking about Happy Toothpaste. Itong combination, itong si Terrence Super and Will Levy. As we look at this spectacular move by Nino Gelling, changing directions and then ending up with the teardrop of a layup for the first 2 points of Happy. Will Levy with the ball. Payton with 15 on the shot clock of the White Shirts. Payton with the incursion, draws the foul, possibly from Nino Gelling.
Very early partner of this team. US Bingo Bonanza, so it's showing a lot of cohesion here, something that they didn't have during the first game. So obviously, as we go on with our Goodwill series, this team is going to improve cohesion-wise.
Definitely. And the fouls will play a key role here in this ball game, since both teams are not playing with a full lineup.
Actually, no full lineup here for DAS. And, the ploy here for DAS should be that they should go up and down in terms of tempo, because the Americans, they really are the bigger team. but not quicker than that. But the dilemma of Coach Junel is that he only has 8 players to rotate.
Exactly.
So what do we do? Do we run or do we set up?
Happy Toothpaste has 13 seconds to make a shot. Gehlig with the inbound, looking for Ryan D. They'll also sorely miss the services of Eugene Dunn in this ball game. And dahil after Ryan D, the parang option mo na dyan sa point guard as you see this wonderfully played fast break by the Americans. Eh si Mark Sakilayan na.
Correct.
Who I'm sure is more comfortable playing the 2 guard than he is playing the point. 7 minutes to play, 9-2 is the score. The Americans up and running in the first 3 minutes of this ball game.
Yes, and they're playing really very good defense here, 2-3 zone. But Happy seems to be putting the ball in the corners, and that's no man's land for them because this front line is really very big. As you see, another fast break evolving here.
Brandon Payton setting up Terrence Super with Slima Chama. And Coach Janelle Bakulik forced to call this timeout. 11-2 is the score. 6:51 to play as Payton finds Terrence Super for the Rim Rattler. We are with more action here for the PBL Goodwill Series. Fun Jim for the continuing coverage of the PBL Goodwill Series games. Happy Toothpaste finding life hard on the offensive end. Ito namang mga nakaputi, mga Amerikano, takbo ng takbo kanina pa. Here's Brandon Payton with an easy walk in the park. They are off to a very strong start. Look at the fast break points on your screens. 8-0. The score is 11-2, and it's that zone that's giving Happy the problems.
Yes, and you know exactly. This is exactly the way I felt the Americans should play. You know. But the question mark here for the Americans again here in their second game is conditioning. And they hold up to this type of ball game that they want to play, an up and down game. But seeing also, partner, that there are only 8 players na kupunan ng Happy, baka maaaring yun din maging strategy nila.
Well, the ball will remain with Happy Toothpaste. Red shirts who have only scored 2 points in the first 3 minutes and 30 of this ball game. Luanson drops into the lane, wanted to drop a dime to Francis Mercado, but Mercado was already getting ready for the rebound.
Yes, you know, he should have second thoughts there penetrating between the gaps in that zone dahil nasasalubong dyan, 6'10". So I think a better strategy for Happy here is to move the ball from one side to the other and hope that this zone will break down.
Levy, top of the circle, finds Payton at the corner, short on the 3-point shot, and Mercado clears the boards. Ryan D trying to run. Might be a good idea against these tall Americans. Luanson from the outside, yes!
Finally, something from the perimeter here for Happy. You know, partner, this US Bingo Bonanza team, for the first time, they will be facing a zone, and Happy is playing a zone. Let's see how successful they are. I just said it.
Gary DeGracia already in double figures with 10 big points. 5:30 to play sa ating unang yugto. So he's on fire. Mercado at the elbow. Gehlig, top of the circle, gets fouled. And Gary DeGracia acknowledges the call. And Gehlig will take 3 free throws. First personal on Gary DeGracia.
There's also one aspect of the game, partner, that the Team USA should adjust to. As we see some graphics here, already 5 turnovers for Happy. Team USA with just 1. Like I said, officiating will be also a crucial factor here for the Americans because they are not used to FIBA rules. During the first game, they were called for a lot of hand check fouls. So a big adjustment here in terms of defense for the Americans.
Gehlig has missed 2 free throws already. Gehlig has been playing quite some time already from the Philippine Basketball League. And you know, if you're a follower of Happy and of UST, you'd want to see this guy, you know, make a mark. As a player, alam mo si Baguio has improved. Gehlig medyo nandun pa rin yung inconsistency. But well, the fans of Happy, I'm sure, are hoping in the opening ng ating PBL sa March 22 medyo nag-mature na. Especially coming off a championship experience.
Tama. And, you know, I feel that next year will be his time to shine.
I know.
Dahil ang dami ng turnover into the pro ranks, and we can also definitely say that he's now going to be one of the veterans. Talagang
Tama.
veterano ng liga yan.
Dualan, off to D. D finds Nuanson. Great defense by the Americans. Gellig with Stevenson in front of him. Gellig trying to shake Payton this time. Up, play broken up, and Alvin Stevenson races for the slammer jam.